So just to show how much power this car has, so I'll just put my foot down. Holy crap! That was amazing! We have an exciting car with us today. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 5 electric SUV, and just look at how futuristic it is. It's like something out of a science fiction film. If you're in the market for an EV, or more specifically an electric SUV, keep on watching this quick review of the Ioniq 5. Let's start with the front end of the Ioniq 5 first, and it looks very clean and very minimalist in my opinion. What I especially like are these U-shaped LED running lights, which also doubles as a signal turn indicator on this Ioniq 5 Max model. Yes, some would argue that it looks a little bit boxy, but what's for sure is it's a unique car. The side profile of the Ioniq 5 is equally unique, especially these huge 20-inch wheels. One more thing that I really like are the flush door handles, and you will see as I walk to the SUV, it will pop open. Very nice. As for the back end of the Ioniq 5, I'm sure I'm not alone in this regard when I say that it looks like the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I also really like these pixelated taillights, and the Ioniq 5 script also lets people know that you're driving this awesome electric SUV. As for the boot space of the Ioniq 5, just stand here for a couple of seconds and it will open up to reveal 527 liters of space. That's a lot, and you can fit in almost anything that you want to, within reason of course. This being a powered tailgate, just press on this button right here and it will do the rest. Yeah, when you do need to charge up the Ioniq 5, just press on this little indicator here and it will lift up automatically in a very nice fashion. There are even LED indicators here to let you know how much charge is left. Once you're done charging it, just press on the close button and yeah, it's very nice. This being an EV, it can also act as a power source. Say you want to go camping with the Ioniq 5, just plug in the V2L connector, that stands for vehicle to load, put in a power adapter and you've got yourself speakers to play songs as you're camping, as well as a hairdryer to dry your hair if you ever want to. Next level convenience. The driver's seat of the Ioniq 5 is also very nice. It's comfortable with plenty of customization options because this is a powered seat, and there's enough thigh support so that you won't be too tired on your trip to Balik Kampung. If you want to take a break when you're driving back because you're tired and you need to charge the EV, just press this button on the side of the seats and it will automatically go back, recline the seat, and there's even like a calf support down there. I mean, this is very nice and comfortable. Speaking of your trip to Balik Kampung, you will be very comfortable back here. Not only is this seat powered so you can control the front and the back, you can even recline it quite a bit. I mean, what? You also get aircon in this door pillar, as well as a boatload of leg space, even though I'm not very tall at only 165 cm. Unfortunately not for me. But yeah, it's a very comfortable place to be in, and you also get this nice tall armrest. So driving the Ioniq 5 is a very exhilarating experience due to how much power this range-topping Max model offers. The Ioniq 5 Max has two motors that powers the front wheels as well as the back wheels for a combined output of 305 PS and 605 Nm of torque. These are ridiculously huge numbers. In fact, this model can go from 0 to 100 km/h in only 5.2 seconds. Thanks to the huge amount of torque, it really just flies the moment you put your foot down the pedal. It looks like a spaceship and it feels like you're driving a spaceship, basically. If you guys are wondering how's the charging experience and basically the ownership experience of an EV, we can't really say in this review. We actually got this car from our dear reader and we're actually on our way to return it right now. Thank you very much. Regardless, it does provide us enough talking points to get the feel for the Ioniq 5. To show you guys just how much power this car has, I'm going to put down the pedal in 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness! Just the sound, the pull, and as you get pushed back to the seat, it's incredible. Okay, speaking of which, there are also 3 driving modes: Eco, Sport, as well as Normal. And in Eco mode, it does make the throttle feel a little bit sluggish, and in Normal mode, it's a little bit more responsive, and it's the one that I would recommend for daily driving. But if you're feeling sporty and you want to drive a little bit more aggressively, though I wouldn't want to do that in an SUV, you can do that in the Sport mode, and it really does sharpen the throttle response. Not too much, but enough for a more sporty driving experience. As for handling, it does offer enough steering feel to know where the wheels are pointing at, though I wouldn't say it's a car for enthusiasts, even though it has a lot of torque and it's very fun. Yeah. Naturally, the Ioniq 5 also comes with Hyundai Smart Sense, which basically gives it level 2 autonomous driving, and it's really a feature that every car, especially at this price point, should have. In our brief time with the system, it does work quite well. It can control the throttle very well, and it doesn't brake too aggressively as it should be, and even the steering is quite well. Granted, it can't seem to handle more aggressive corners, but not many cars level 2 autonomous system can do that anyway. Plus, you should have your hands on the steering wheel anyway, and in your trips to balik kampung, this is really a feature that you will definitely appreciate. Compared to driving a petrol car, one of the biggest differences of driving an EV is something called one pedal operation. You basically just need to use the throttle to control the speed and braking of the vehicle. In order to do this, you can just press the pedal ever so slightly to move forward or to cruise, and if you need to slow down, just let go of the pedal, and it would almost feel like you're physically braking, like what I'm doing right now. This regenerative braking basically charges the battery so you can get better range. Honestly, I feel like I can't get used to driving a petrol car after this. Now for the most important bit, pricing. 3 different models of the Ioniq 5 are available in Malaysia. The base light model costs 200,000 ringgit, while the Plus model goes for 230,000 ringgit. This range-topping Max model, on the other hand, costs 260,000 ringgit, and for that amount of money, you're really getting a lot of car for the money. It's also worth noting that this car is a CBU, so it is not locally assembled, which would normally drive up the price of the car quite a bit. But thanks to the incentives given by the government for EV vehicles, you don't get charged excise duty, import duties, and all of these taxes that drives up the price of said CBU cars. The thing is, the EV charging infrastructure in Malaysia still needs more time to mature. It's not an issue if you're in the city because you can find EV charging stations in many places. But say you want to, like I mentioned many times in this video, you want to balik kampung. That would be a bit troublesome to find for a charging station depending on where you're going. So that's our quick review of the Hyundai Ioniq 5, and it's really an incredibly good electric SUV. Not only does it look good, it also offers a ton of power, at least for this range-topping Max variant, as well as very good value for money given all of the incentives that it enjoys from the government right now. If you're shopping for an electric SUV in Malaysia, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 should definitely be in your list. If you like this automotive video on our channel, let us know in the comment section down below, because we're not just all about keyboards and smartphones on NextShift. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and always stay tuned for more good stuff to come here on this channel and nextshift.com.